The devil puts in a lot of work, but Kris Jenner puts in more. Due to her efforts to keep the Kardashian-Jenner name in the public eye, the mother of six has amassed a multi-billion-dollar empire. However, that's the only strategy that truly succeeds. There have been a great number of men whose careers or personal lives have suffered as a result of their association with the Kardashian family, because people can't help but be overly invested in celebrity couples. Kardashian relationships are frequently brief, and they tend to be a bit one-sided. The Kardashian curse is what's known as this. Today, we'll examine the experiences of men whose relationships with the Kardashians may have negatively impacted the course of their lives. I'll start with Ray J. At the age of 16, Ray J became a teenage R&B sensation in 1997 when his single Let It Go, which was featured on the Set It Off soundtrack, reached its peak at number 25 on the US Billboard. His second single, Wait a Minute, which featured rapper Lil' Kim and peaked at number 30 on the Billboard Hot 100, helped establish Ray J as a well-known R&B artist in 2001. He also dabbled in acting, landing parts in well-known sitcoms like Moshe and The Sinbad Show. He had all the makings of a multifaceted Hollywood superstar until he met Kim Kardashian. In 2003, Ray J started dating Kim after meeting her while she was a stylist for his sister Brandy during a brief musical hiatus. Although at the time Kim was just another Valley girl with the sole claim to fame of being the daughter of the attorney who represented O.J. Simpson. The couple dated for 3 years, during which time they made an explicit tape that would later thrust him into the spotlight. They split up sometime in 2006 while the general public was largely unaware of their relationship, and Ray J continued to enjoy success with his recently released third studio album, Radiation, which features his most famous single, One Wish. However, things turned bad for Ray J and great for Kim after their breakup. Kim started styling Paris Hilton, a childhood friend, and frequently accompanied Hilton to events and gatherings. In 2004, 3 years before the premiere of her reality TV series The Simple Life, Paris had a tape leak. The leak and the show collectively catapulted Paris into fame. Quite conveniently, the explicit tape of Ray J and Kim made in 2003, titled Kim Kardashian Superstar, leaked onto the internet in February of that year, just as the Kardashian family's reality TV program was about to premiere. This generated a lot of media attention and public interest. Kim sued Vivid Entertainment for distributing the movie, but this was all part of the plan. According to Kim, Kim and her mother adopted Paris Hilton's tactic, and it was a complete success. On the Tyra Banks show, Kim spoke about the tape and insisted that she didn't want it to be public, but just 3 months earlier, she had dropped a lawsuit and settled for $5 million, allowing Vivid to market and sell copies of the tape. The controversy surrounding this tape was used to market Season 1 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Episode 1 featured a significant segment about her tape and Kim's feelings about the leak. It was discussed extensively throughout Season 1, and this show launched Kim into becoming a household name in Hollywood. Sales from the film reportedly generated nearly $1.5 million in revenue in the first 6 weeks. But at the time, no one was aware that this was calculated, and Ray J came off as the bad guy for filming this material. However, it did boost his career momentarily. His 2008 album All I Feel debuted at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 200, and he had his sexiest single to ever reach the top 3 on the charts with Can I. With his dating program For the Love of Ray J, which ran for 2 seasons and had an average audience of more than 2 million viewers, he then attempted to challenge Kim in the reality TV world. However, that was his final peak. His next reality show was cancelled after 2 seasons, and his music career began to wane. After 3 years without hearing a song from Ray J, we were taken by surprise when, in April 2013, the contentious song I Hit It First with Bobby Brackens was released. The song peaked at number 51 on the Billboard Hot 100 and gave Ray J his first Hot 100 entry in years. Ray J reportedly sent Kim and Kanye a check for the total of his profits off the sex tape as a wedding present, furthering his taunting of the couple. Even though it initially appeared that Ray J had won, in reality, all it did was make him appear envious, and eager to regain the limelight. Ray J's legacy has made appearances on numerous reality shows over the years, but today he is best known as the man who recorded a tape with Kim Kardashian rather than as an early 2000s R&B star. Ray J fell straight into the trap and was only ever used as a pawn to introduce Kim to Hollywood. Reggie Bush, however, would end up serving as the model for how the Kardashians use relationships to make money. At the University of Southern California, Reggie Bush was the most dominant college football player in the nation. He was a significant contributor to USC's 2003 and 2004 back-to-back victories in the national championship. Bush received the prestigious Heisman Trophy, given to the College Football Player of the Year, in 2005. Reggie Bush was essentially the first athlete to become a social media celebrity before he got to the big stage. In 2006, uploading a Reggie Bush highlight video was a shortcut to receiving 1 million views on YouTube. Before joining the NFL, he signed an endorsement deal worth $1 million a year with Adidas. He later signed similar deals with Pepsi, Pizza Hut, General Motors, and Subway. In the 2006 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints selected Reggie with the number 2 overall pick. Just 1 week after the selection, Reebok had received over 15,000 orders for Bush's Saints jersey. Reggie's notoriety and online presence made him the ideal choice for Kim Kardashian's boyfriend. Reggie met Kim at the 2007 ESPY Awards, which he attended during that off-season. At the time, Kim was still dealing with the fallout from her tape with Ray J and was gradually achieving superstar celebrity status. They soon started dating, and during season 2, their relationship was fully developed and maintained. Kim shoots a sexy calendar for Reggie in episode 9, saying it's just for his eyes, despite the fact that TV cameras are filming the entire shoot for millions of viewers at home. Then, however, her mother Kris distributes the calendars for general sale, proving that the entire scenario was staged for television. The calendars were never intended to be exclusive to Reggie, and it was already known that they would be bought by the general public. All that was left was to fill the required 30 minutes of television and twist the narrative. The Kardashians' girlfriends will alter their real lives to fit the reality television format, so men dating them need to understand that nothing about their lives is private. Reggie was a quiet and modest man, and just from this one paparazzi encounter, it was clear that Kim loved the spotlight while Reggie didn't. Reggie's brother weighed in on their relationship many years later, saying that receiving this kind of attention each time you attempt to go out to a restaurant will wear someone out.
That you were Kim Kardashian's brother-in-law?
Never. I never really liked her, so.
You didn't?
No, not at all.
Why not?
No, she was too much. She was too much for the family. We couldn't.
Despite this, it seemed like the couple would always be together, and the build-up to the wedding was a great TV show. Reggie and Kim simply appeared to be in love, but everything changed one day. The couple split up for the first time in 2009 due to the demands of Reggie's football commitments and Kim's ongoing exponential success. Season 3 of Keeping Up covered their fallout and how Kim was coping with the breakup, citing their desire to concentrate on their individual careers. The couple split up for the first time in 2009 due to the demands of Reggie's football commitments and Kim's ongoing exponential success. Season 3 of Keeping Up covered their fallout and how Kim was coping with the breakup, citing their desire to concentrate on their individual careers. Kim's desire to reunite with him was highlighted in Season 4, and in 2010 they briefly did so before calling it quits once more. The entire rise and fall of their relationship was televised, but Reggie's perspective, which is essential to maintaining the Kardashians' good name, was never presented. Cut out everything that might give them a bad impression. In fact, they frequently worked to make the men appear weak. Take, for instance, the press release that said Kim would be okay after their breakup because she travels the world and founded brands and he simply can't keep up. Reggie could not keep up with all the failed brands. It is true, Kim was developing the Kardashian card, a prepaid debit card that was removed from circulation after receiving a barrage of negative press, and so on. The card was marketed to teenagers who are less knowledgeable about personal finance and had extremely high fees. In contrast, there was a nail polish line called Kardashian Color with 14 different colors and silly names like Chloe had a little lamb and Court is ready for a petty. Not to mention Kim's Skechers Shape Up sneakers, which were advertised as helping people lose weight and strengthen and tone their butt, legs, and abdominal muscles, and which caused Skechers to pay a $40 million settlement after losing a class action lawsuit because of the false claims made in the advertisements. Quick Trim was a diet supplement that promised you would reach your weight loss goals, but it was fake and they were hit with a $5 million lawsuit. Reggie admitted to himself that he fell short of expectations on the football field while they were dating. Critics claimed he was overhyped in college, and his fame with the Kardashians only served to increase that overhype, which may be the case, but he had a successful career. In 2010, he won the Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints, and 3 years later, he played some of his best football. 2019 saw Reggie's induction into the Saints Hall of Fame. Luckily, Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom became engaged very quickly, which led to Lamar Odom nearly losing his life, while Kim's brands and relationships were failing. This gave the reality show writers of Keeping Up with the Kardashians Season 4 plot lines. Lamar Odom made the decision to forego attending college and enter the 1999 NBA draft instead, where the Los Angeles Clippers selected him as their 4th overall pick. Odom was a highly respected teammate who was valued for his selfless play and willingness to make sacrifices for the team's success. Standing at 6'10" tall, his ball handling, passing, and court vision were remarkable for a player of his size. He joined the Los Angeles Lakers, where he played alongside Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol, thanks to his selflessness and reliable performance, assisting the team in the 2008-2009 season to a championship. In August 2009, Lamar and Khloe Kardashian first spoke at a party for fellow NBA player Ron Artest. It only took the couple 3 weeks to take the next step in their relationship and get engaged. To others, it may seem like a hastily planned wedding, but Khloe knows what she wants. Just 9 days after becoming engaged, Lamar and Khloe got married in December 2009. Shortly after becoming legally wed, the couple agreed to co-star on the reality series Khloe and Lamar. The proposal was caught on camera and broadcast on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where Lamar had started making regular appearances. This relationship was excellent for business, which would center on their life together in the first year of their marriage. Lamar played well in the NBA during the 2009-2010 season, like many people who were first associated with the Kardashians. His excellence on the court continued into the following season, and he was recognized as the NBA's 6th Man of the Year for helping the Lakers win back-to-back championships. Khloe and Lamar, the couple's reality series, debuted on E! In 2011 and had roughly the same viewership numbers as Keeping Up at the time. Lamar and Khloe were one of Hollywood's more well-known power couples at the time. Fans of Khloe and Lamar were so enamored with them that they co-founded a fragrance line, Unbreakable Love by Khloe and Lamar, as well as other brand partnerships and sponsorships. Khloe may have even stolen some of Kim's spotlight. Lamar's status as a dependable role player in the NBA was sadly deteriorating. From 2011 to 2013, he was traded twice, and Odom believed his career was over after the trade from Los Angeles to Dallas. Lamar's career was essentially ended by the Lakers in that trade. He was never truly himself again after being in Los Angeles and leaving behind the structure and familiar faces. While he had wonderful memories of his time playing for the Lakers alongside Powell and Kobe, that was a special period in his life. Odom was now known as a journeyman, having career-low court statistics, and his personal life was even worse around the middle of 2013, when cheating rumors dominated media headlines. Despite her initial support for her husband, Khloe filed for divorce in late 2013 following months of rumors about Lamar's drug abuse problems. In his book, Lamar describes one dark night who, while high on cocaine and ecstasy, grabbed Khloe with force and yelled, "I'll effing kill you. You don't know what I'm capable of," after trying to embarrass him in front of his friends. Lamar, a violent addict, also expressed his regret that he couldn't keep his pants up or his nose clean. His substance abuse issues resulted in a DUI and a stay in rehab, and their toxic relationship was frequently in the news. It frequently appeared in Keeping Up with the Kardashians episodes, but Lamar didn't want to end his marriage. He put off doing so for almost 2 years before deciding to sign the divorce papers. This all came to a head one night when Lamar came dangerously close to dying. In October 2015, Lamar planned a 4-day stay at a Nevada brothel where he spent $75,000 with the help of 2 women in their company. At Love Ranch, Odom would experience a nearly fatal overdose. He would go into a coma and be put on life support in a hospital in Las Vegas. There, he would suffer 12 strokes, have 6 heart attacks, and have his heart stop twice. Fortunately, he came to consciousness and was taken to Los Angeles to start his recovery process. After the incident, Khloe withdrew her request for a divorce, saying that while she had not reconciled with Odom, she still wanted to help him make medical decisions as he recovered. By the beginning of 2016, Lamar was making progress while Khloe supported him financially and emotionally by staying by his hospital bed day and night. Lamar Odom was obviously not ready for this level of fame, and they obviously rushed into a relationship to take advantage of the money and ratings it would generate. Turns out his demons got the best of him. The divorce was finalized in December of that year, after Khloe felt as though Odom was back on his feet. He wasn't the only basketball player, though, to suffer from the Kardashian omen. There's a well-known meme in the NBA community about Kendall Jenner dating at least 7 different NBA players. Many NBA fans now like to indulge in the notion that Kendall ruined these players' performances because of his starting 5. The argument, however, is incredibly weak because many of these incidents can be attributed to a player's career's typical ups and downs. For example, Jordan Clarkson dated Kendall in 2016 and experienced a slight decline in performance the following 2 seasons. But he quickly recovered and has been playing better than ever for the past 3 years. The same can be said of Kyle Kuzma, who dated Kendall from late 2018 to mid-2019. His performance suffered slightly the following 2 seasons, but it has recovered greatly over the last 2 years. Ben Simmons briefly dated Kendall in 2018, but his performance didn't significantly decline until 2022. In contrast, Devin Booker played well the entire time he dated Kendall for years later. She's frequently blamed by Phoenix Suns supporters for their team's loss to the Bucks in the NBA Finals of 2021. Blake Griffin, who dated Kendall in the summer of 2017, is likely the one who experienced the worst fallout. Blake thought he was going to get serious with the 22-year-old model when he divorced Bryn Cameron, the mother of his children. Kendall was frequently seen courtside by Blake while they were dating in September 2017 while playing for the LA Clippers. According to a source, there was nothing serious about the relationship. Kendall is keeping Blake at a distance because she is aware of how busy he is, despite Blake's best efforts to win her over. Which begs the question, were there any mixed signals that Blake would leave his family for a brief relationship with a model? Or was he simply being irresponsible? Unfortunately, when Blake was traded from the LA Clippers to the Detroit Pistons in January 2018, his cross-country move effectively put an end to any prospects of a long-term relationship with Kendall. From that point on, his career suffered primarily from injuries. Since he developed a reputation for being somewhat of a joke because of how he pursued Kendall even though she never really wanted him, it's really his personal life that has suffered. Some people have even suggested that Blake is the father of adult star Lena Rhodes. Blake Griffin, who has since become a meme in the NBA community, was undoubtedly a superstar player once upon a time. However, it appears that his injuries were more to blame for his failure than the chaotic Kardashian lifestyle. Kim was inspired to find Kris Humphries, a basketball player, as her husband after seeing how successful Khloe and Lamar initially were, which resulted in Kris suing Kim for exploiting him. The Utah Jazz's selection of him as their 14th overall pick for entry into the NBA into all for Dot in his first 5. Kris Humphries averaged just 11.5 minutes of playing time while being regarded as a highly promising basketball prospect. He averaged 4.3 points and 3 rebounds per game. Kris played well, but he was far from the superstar that the Kardashians desire. However, Kris started playing for the New Jersey Nets in 2009. Not long after that, he met Kim Kardashian through a mutual friend. Kim was frequently seen sitting courtside at the Barclays Center that fall, and although it was clear the two were dating, they initially kept their relationship a secret. Kris' playtime doubled and his stats improved as a result. But 7 months after our first encounter, Kris proposed to Kim at her home, and things moved much more quickly than we ever could have anticipated. Arranging rose petals on the ground to form the words, "Will you marry me?" when Kim said yes, Season 6 gained a brand new plot. The lavish wedding cost a staggering $10 million and was recorded for the 4-hour television special Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding, which aired 2 months later. The couple quickly took advantage of the attention by making an appearance on The Ellen Show and renewing their vows. Unfortunately, Kim filed for divorce after only 72 days of marriage, so Ellen's random remark foreshadowed their early demise. Those are some pretty serious commitments. For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. Even an extravagant $10 million wedding, Kim expressed her desire for a lasting union but acknowledged that plans don't always go as expected, leaving one to wonder what the original strategy was. Kris stated that he was not finished fighting for the relationship, saying, "I love my wife and I'm devastated to learn she filed for divorce," even though Kim seemed content to part ways. Fans of the Kardashians immediately sided with Kim, claiming that Kris treated her poorly every time and that they could tell from the highly edited and scripted TV program that the relationship was doomed to failure. Obviously, saying something like this to your girlfriend is extremely rude and mean. We don't know how much of this conversation was edited. But what if Kim had said just before this that you'll never be a Hall of Famer and that you should give up? They also mention a different video clip from the wedding rehearsal.
Go for it. I'll play it again.
When we get home.
Play.
There's all sorts of tension between Kim and I. If we're fighting like this the day of the wedding, she will not be able to find me.
When your family controls every aspect of your life to their greatest benefit, your every move, the words that come out of your mouth, and every circumstance. On top of that, media, even something as minor as refusing to trim your mustache feels like a victory. According to headlines on various websites, Kris Humphries made fun of Kim Kardashian's weight on his show. In response to this divorce, Kris filed to dissolve the union on the grounds that it was fraudulent. I'm pretty sure everyone in history who has attempted to lift up another human grunts and complains about how heavy they are. Kris was arguing that this marriage was all a show for entertainment, despite the fact that he was fully committed and serious the entire time. An omen is a legal ruling that annuls a marriage by declaring that the union was never legally valid. I can really only speak for myself in that regard because I would never experience something or take a step that I didn't believe in. After Humphries withdrew his annulment request, the couple reached a settlement in court in April 2013, and their divorce was then legally finalized. In 2017, Kim reflected on her motivations for marrying Humphries, stating that at the time, she had the mindset that she had 30 years to get her life together and get married. But I realized it wouldn't work out while I was on my honeymoon. I didn't even want to say anything to defend myself because I felt like I couldn't win. Kris admitted that he was in a dark place for a year after the breakup because he thought the world hated him. Although he wasn't a particularly good player prior to marrying Kim, afterward, he began to play some of his best basketball. However, this failed marriage and the public support for Kim shattered his reputation and obscured any career high points, especially given that he was replaced by Kim's new superstar boyfriend, Kanye West. Kanye is attempting to prevent his children from being used as pawns in order for them to take over the Kardashian empire. Kanye and Kim's fallout is undoubtedly the biggest and most disastrous of them all. Their relationship alone could have been its own video, but Trap Loros did it in 3.5 hours. Ye doesn't want to subject his children to the formula that Kris Jenner developed for managing her children's careers and profiting from their success because it has already started. Kim Kardashian and North West, her oldest daughter, launched a joint TikTok account in November 2021. In less than 24 hours, Kim and North gained more than 130,000 followers. People are now showing more interest in the 9-year-old, claiming that she is just like Kanye and that she is self-assured and unapologetic about her attitude. Now that Kim has made this a joint account, it appears as though North has limited access to it, even though TikTok expressly states that the minimum age for users is 13, and they don't use age verification when you sign up. North independently went live on TikTok using her own cell phone, so we know this isn't true. She entered Kim's room quickly and said,
"Mom, I'm live." Okay, bye.
After North posted on TikTok a number of times before, Kim refused to listen when Kanye told her he didn't want her on the app, so he went public.
I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter.
We've all used TikTok, so it makes perfect sense why a father would not want his child to use that app. But Kanye's omission of his frustration and his tone of seriousness lead people to label him as crazy and controlling. Kim disagrees and claims that Kanye is attacking her. According to Kim, Kanye's constant need to criticize me in interviews and on social media hurts more than anything TikTok North could possibly produce. As the parent who is our daughter's primary caretaker and provider, I try to protect her while also allowing her to express her creativity in the way she chooses under adult supervision, mainly because it makes her happy. Northwest teamed up with Ice Spice and shared a video of themselves and a few friends singing along to Boy's a Liar Part 2. However, just 1 year later, everyone can agree that Kanye was correct. Kim probably planned their meeting so that the daughter could see someone she looked up to, since North had already uploaded a portrait she had drawn of Ice Spice weeks before. After doing something similar with JoJo Siwa in the past, the video did not initially cause much controversy because many people thought the encounter was innocent and playful. However, a few days later, things got out of hand when North posted a picture of herself dressed as Ice Spice in an outfit that many people thought was inappropriate for a young girl her age. Kim claimed that after seeing the lyrics North was singing, she immediately thought, "Oh no, we're taking this down," which led to a huge backlash where many people questioned Kim's parenting and finally forced her to remove the video, which raises the question of why Kim allowed her daughter to hang out with the 23-year-old rapper in the first place, and demonstrates that she did allow her 10-year-old daughter to use TikTok without adult supervision. Because a month later, her company, Skims, started a campaign centered on Ice Spice, and this was the ideal controversy to promote some clothing sales. Kim recently concurred with Kanye that he was correct the entire time. "Perhaps if we expose my family, your family, or anyone else's to millions of people, it would be just as dysfunctional as theirs. After all, life is incredibly intricate." It seems extreme to attribute these men's decline or depreciation to a single relationship, not to mention that these relationships and family issues are edited, manipulated, and sensationalized for our amusement. I am not sure if the Kardashian curse is genuine, and it would be extreme to claim that these men's lives were destroyed as a result of dating them. But there is one thing we can always count on: the Kardashians will always benefit and triumph. See you on the next video.